because like with 4.5 million tonne going through at that grind, like if it's a coarser grind and a bit higher recovery, it makes a material difference to the metrics on the operation.
I made a point through my career of always putting in mills with more milling power than what's required generally just to do nameplate. And so I think it's very cheap and easy to do that at the initial build stage to put more grinding power on those mills than it is to put it in later. Like It's almost impossible to put in later. It's at a large cost, whereas making that mills, which are the real heart of your process plant, bigger at the start. You can always whack more crushers, put secondaries on, put more pebbles, like all that sort of stuff. But it's very hard to redesign your milling circuit after you started. So the mills will be appropriately sized. We'll certainly do nameplate.
No, but is there flex to chuck more through it at coarser grind if it starts performing well, or you just don't know until you're doing it?
I don't think you'll be at coarser grind. I think the metallurgy is relatively clear to get that kind of. You don't want to really lose 2 or 3%. It's just too valuable in this gold price. But we just make sure there's enough milling power in there to get more throughput than nameplate. That's kind of how we always do it. No one ever blames you for building a bigger mill later. You certainly get some questions from the board in the early stages. But once the plant starts up, everyone's, because GO is generally always on the optimistic side. So it's if you can't get the grade, it's always better to push tons, right? So it's having that ability to push tons saved a lot of projects.